Nice to have you here. Let's move on to the next question, which I also asked myself immediately after trying out this dirt trap in the original bucket. Original dirt trap, feel free to take another look at it in the compact video. And it didn't take long before the first person asked if the alternative dirt traps available on the market can be used in this bucket. And yes, I had some concerns about that because I discussed with Andreas about this little knob, let's call it that, which is now attached down here to properly secure the base, and also the dirt trap here at the bottom, even in the middle. The other dirt traps are just not designed for that. The system is, let's say, a closed system in itself. They might be reluctant to bring other things into use. That's why we're just going to try it out. I brought various dirt traps, basically the absolute standard items. Grid Guard, Cyclone from Chemical Guys, and also the Dirt Log from Guardz. Let me make some space here. There is too much plastic everywhere. So, you see, they are also completely different in shape, completely flat. In the middle, we don't have such a recess. It is not designed for that, but the question is whether it can still be used. Let's start with the first dirt trap. And when we place it in here, you can already see that the dirt trap is obviously too high up. When I go in here with my glove, with my hand, I don't even need to fill in more water. You can already see that. You can see here that the thing completely bends and then flies back and forth in the bucket. And in this way, it can never hold back the dirt. So we don't need to try that out either. I don't need to add any water. You can forget about these regular dirt traps. We also don't need to test that with water. Let's take a look at the Cyclone dirt wrap. It's really good, works reliably and is nicely compact. Even here, these small pyramids or pointed funnels keep the dirt nicely down. Here, the small 4 holes can be used to slip in and take the dirt out of the bucket. They are putting them in here now, or let's place them in. And you can see here, there is a lot of play. And here, of course, this little bump in the middle ruins everything for us. So that doesn't work either. Even if it didn't hit the sides, or if it were really snug in there, the question is, it would have to block more. Then it would be about here. That would still fit in terms of height. So I think the dirt trap would be more suitable. Yes, anyone who now comes up with the idea of somehow wrapping a band around the outside to compress it is just engaging in tinkering and experimenting again. Then the adhesive dissolves just so the dirt trap fits in here. But I believe it would work with the dirt trap then. But yes, it is work. You can certainly build something for yourselves if you're up for it. But, well, if you put a band inside here or attach a band or a ring outside, I don't know if it's all worth it. So, you can tell, this is a self-contained system, so to speak. It just doesn't want any foreign products from the outside. But yes, I can test it for you and give it a try. And the question or suggestion came from you. Now let's take a look at the Dirt Lock from Guardz. For me, it is the most advanced system so far. Really, I think I mentioned it in the first video as well. If not, then I will say now that it is a design masterpiece here. And also the entire handling, the setup with the feet. I now have the version without these movable rubber elements. I still have these foam elements. It works wonderfully for me. But in the current version, you still have these small rubber flaps that press nicely against the bucket. Now we can test how well it works. And you can see here, it fits a bit better in terms of size. But even here, all these dirt traps are designed for gallon buckets and not for this bucket size. So even if you have these new current feet with these slats and rubber covers, it still won't work because there is so much air on the side that the thing will wobble back and forth. And even so, if you shake it here, the thing will rotate and tip over and that will stir everything up. So that doesn't work either. And that is simply because this bucket has a different size than a normal gallon bucket. And we can already see that just by placing them side by side. You can see right up there is the difference. I'll try to measure it exactly now. So that's really just under 2 centimeters. The diameter here is larger by 1.5 to 2 centimeters. I could have thought of putting it in here right away, but it's not feasible in terms of height because the ring would hit here at the top. So it doesn't work, even with the larger bucket. But you can see there is a lot of leeway here. And down below, yes, we can just measure the floor, approximately 26 centimeters. And we also need to consider the extent. I would estimate, yes, that's about 27.5. That's exactly the 1.5 centimeters that are then available more inside. I would even say we have a secure 27.5 inside, approximately. Well, the measurement is simply different. It has a larger interior dimension. In my opinion, you can only use these dirt traps here to a very limited extent. It is not designed for that, nor is it intended for that. I also believe the team never considered, what if people have their own dirt traps? It never fits. I think that consideration was never made. It's about using and establishing your own system here and encouraging people to buy it. Makes sense, and that's what it's all about in the end. Very understandable. So here, in my opinion, you can save yourselves the trouble. Anyone who wants can build some wild things here, somehow widen this with some ring or some band or sealing tape. But then again, it's all half-hearted and not well done, difficult. I must clearly say from my side that so far I see things rather negatively. You will have to rely on the original dirt trap in the end, but whether it works well or functions as we imagine, you can check out in the main video. Already at home, you have 2001. Yes, my recommendation to incorporate this here currently makes no sense. Unfortunately, it does not work. And that brings us to the end of the video. If you have any further questions, feel free to leave a comment below or message us on WhatsApp. We are available for you at any time. And I am now looking at the next questions and topics on your page, and I will continue testing this here. Until next time, and Sebastian, bye guys. It's